plenty of fuel to finish the race.
It's Spear at Zolder in the Lotus 49 in iRacing. And it looks like I have to reset my caps, and I can't do it. So let's just do this. There you go. How's that? Well, you get the relative, if not the standings. Sometimes I'll go back in the standings. There are 9 of us. I'm car 5, starting 9th. Cold tires are scary.
Green flag.
You know, I heard other people say that caps, something's going on with caps, because caps is actually a Russian thing, and that we need to restart it and reinitialize it and stuff like that. I don't know if that's all true. I think it might just be a, you know, from time to time things happen kind of deal. Where I did just get a Windows update, so that might be it too, because every time I do a Windows update, I gotta check out my sound and my, why am I distracting myself from driving? You know how it goes, Windows updates, they're troublesome. Let's focus, Spear, focus. Wow, alright, you know, very slow. Slow and safe. Let the guy in last catch up with me. I didn't want that, but hey. If I was really worried about it, I would have.
In front of you. In front of you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A lot of smoke.
Keep going.
Wow. Right there. Well, that's car number 1. Car number 1 had like 6 or 8 incidents in practice, in qualifying rather, and several in practice as well. So, you know, there were a lot of incidents. So I am expecting, you know, things to happen. You know, never say never. Of course, maybe people were just pushing too much now that the race is actually on. You know, they'll be reasonable. It's the slower of the chicanes. Alright, so the guy behind me, I'm not getting away from now.
1 minute 46.
So he did just kind of let me go. Otherwise, I'd be pulling away. You knew that one right away. That's the thing about this car. You know right away if something's going wrong. You can't fix it, but you know something's going wrong. There's nothing you can do about it. The car does not like quick, nimble adjustments. This might put me in last if car number 1 stays on the straight and narrow. But that's the thing. I predicted lots of incidents in the race. We've already seen a few, me being one of them. I didn't want to have that happen to me. I figured if I could just keep it clean, things could happen. But it's the strength field is tomorrow. So this is really a practice race for me. Yeah, number 1 is catching up to me pretty quickly. And everybody else is getting away. No! Oh boy, oh boy, don't, no.
Drive through it.
I thought maybe he would sit there and wait for people to drive by, but no.
Minute 40.4.
Wow.
Right.
Well, now he's hit me.
Still there. Clear.
I mean, how do you hit someone on your inside? Yeah, they're both right on me now. I won't be able to get away from either one of them. The number 1 car and number 9 car. So So the highest IR and the lowest IR. Oh. Number one followed me. Sorry. Oh my gosh. This is just terrible. Having such a hard time getting the car slowed down. Oh no, that was the number 9 car that spun. Alright. He must have still been ahead of the number 1. I would have thought he would have let the number 1 car go by, but I guess not.
Outside. Clear.
See, I'm letting the number 1 car go by because I'm not a dummy.
8.2.
See, I was much faster than me. The way he caught up. And I don't want him harassing me. So that's the thing. That's why I let guys go by, because otherwise it's going to be pushing me to go faster and faster, and I can't do it. You have a moment. Try harder and harder to stay in front of somebody. You very good chance of having an accident. We got away from number 9. Wow. This car is so hard to drive and get used to that you really need as much practice as you can get just to try to understand it a little bit. It's so difficult.
One minute 35.2.
Cars are coming back to us. Somebody's right in front of number 1. Timothy Porter had a moment. We've been in a lot of races with him. He does the Lotus 49. I believe he was also at one of my more races at the Nürburgring last weekend. If he has another moment like that, we'll be
Be careful going through there.
I did the same thing, dude.
Keep going, keep
Dude,
going.
come on.
Right side. Still there.
I'm not letting him go
Still
this
there.
time. I'm kind of letting him
Clear,
go.
clear, clear.
He wouldn't go. I mean, he's clearly much faster than me, but if you got a chance to get by somebody.
Left side.
Holy!
Clear, 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 clear.
That was a move. He should have taken it at the other corner. I don't know why he stopped so early for the corner beforehand, but then so late for that corner. Oh. Look at Timothy Porter. He's a quick one. He is a quick one. I'm not gonna lie about that. He's always faster than me, but as usual, it's not the speed that wins or loses your races. It's a safety. I focus too much on the safety myself and not enough on the speed. Dude, this guy's done this exact same thing again. There you go. But at least I messed up too, so I wouldn't have to be next to him. Definitely looks like we're closing in on the two in front of us. So how's that? Because they were 8, now they're 7. So they must be battling. Oh man, yeah. Anytime you battle with somebody in these cars, it's gonna slow you down so much because they're so. One of you is gonna. Both of you are gonna be offline. Any kind of contact, you know, it's potentially race ending. Scary stuff. All right, we need to get up there.
1 minute 36.
I mean, that is the #1 car, so you know he's a good one.
Just in front of you now.
That's
Keep
why he's
your eyes open.
#1.
Keep coming.
Andre might have had help in his moment. He was right with Porter. Or Porter was faster and Andre was just trying to go faster to keep him behind. Who knows? Hopefully we can get away from him. Looks like Andre had more of an issue than we did. That's what I'm counting on. People having more issues than I am. If I wouldn't have had that early issue. I didn't look to see how much time we lost, but. Let's just keep it on. Oh man, #1 is just flying. But he didn't qualify because he got like 6x in qualifying. So he was unable to set a time. And then he had to battle with the last. He had to battle with 8th and 9th place because he was making mistakes early in this one. Alright, man. We're gonna need some help to get up into 5th, aren't we? I'm pretty impressed with that #9. During qualifying, he made so many mistakes, and in practice, I thought for sure he wouldn't make it. But he's sticking back there at 11 seconds.
Be careful going through there.
Uh-oh. But this is actually very good practice for tomorrow. The strength of field when we're going to have 35 or 40 cars here. It doesn't seem like anyone's actually crashing out. There does seem to be enough runoff space where if you have a moment,
1 minute 34.7.
it's not deadly. Well, unless you're near another car. See, there's plenty of runoff here. I'm so tentative putting the throttle down because it's just too much. Let's check the standings. There's 3 through 9. Well, you can see pretty much all that on the relative. There's time, my incidents, fastest lap. iRacing has all kinds of stuff for you to look at. Not all the stuff you might want, but a lot of the stuff. I always keep it on relative just to So I know what's right behind me, what's right ahead of me. Alright. Yeah, we're not going to get 5th unless we get some help.
Minute 34.7.
I'm pretty happy with these 34s. I did faster in practice. Of course, that was, you're a little less careful in practice. I try to practice like I'm going to race, try to picture you're in a race, you don't want to crash out so that you get a good idea of what you're really going to do in the race. But you do like to push it a little bit, to see just, how fast can you go, what can you really do, how late can you brake? So I was pushing a little bit more in practice. But then I changed the setup after practice. So it's pretty similar. I mean, there's only so much you can do to a car like this, but it is different. It's not necessarily faster, just more stable. Believe it or not. Oh.
1 minute 34.3.
Once the tires have heated up, you see that the number of incidents have gone down dramatically. This thing on cold tires is a real bear. Very difficult to control. Oh, no! Whew! Saved myself an incident point. Cost me a few seconds, though. Maybe I should have traded a few seconds traded an incident point for a few seconds. But I don't think a few seconds is going to help. I mean, because this guy clearly, if he doesn't make any mistakes, he'd be up past quarter. The only reason I'm so close to him is because he keeps making mistakes.
Minute 35.6.
Getting out of breath just driving. Maybe I should take that wider. I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe.
Spin on the left side.
He's having a mare here.
Slow on the right. Keep going, keep going.
Nice holding me up. It's like I might as well just hold up because he's gonna. If I get by him, he's just gonna hold us up here. I'm either waiting behind him or waiting here as he passes me into this corner. I can't very well turn left and he's diving in on me. So his incidents are now costing me time.
Minute 35.7.
I was thinking if I avoided the curbs more, I could get on the throttle earlier, but then I'd be getting on the throttle and turning. That I wasn't too sure was fun. Did he get a moment? Did he get an incident for that? I don't know. Does the spotter only say drive through when they get an incident? Like that's the how the game knows that somebody's had an incident, or that you need to drive through it or whatever when there's a X apportioned. Unknown. 23 laps. That's halfway. Was 12, so yeah, we're past halfway. I don't think we'll get lapped. Leader's 42 seconds behind.
1 minute 34.2. Got 10 laps to go.
With only 10 laps to go, though, because we've already done 13. So if we were at halfway, I'd say, uh-oh. But I think because we've already got more than half, I think we might be okay. I'm really hoping to be on lead lap. That would be exciting. Yes, that's where we're at in our Lotus 49 career. We're hoping for lead lap. But if you've seen the other races, yeah, it's not easy. These guys are good. Jeff Sanders, I know him. He's very good. Oh, no!
Sorry, man. We'll be good. We'll get it back.
So no, I didn't get the X until I was well into the gravel there. So you do not need to get an incident before the spotter will warn you. Timothy Porter's getting away now.
1 minute 35.4.
5 seconds the last 3 laps. We need to get back on those 34s. Not getting on the curbs is actually, it felt better. I don't know if it resulted in me going any faster, but maybe. We'll never know since I butchered that that next turn so much. All right, now we're worried about getting lapped. I could just get in the 34s, I'd feel a lot better. 35 flat was surprising to me after the way I did some of those corners, so. I think the leader might have an issue getting by P9. I don't know. I mean, I've never seen P9 before. He was difficult on me, number one, but we were on the same lap as him. He wasn't getting lapped. Oh, man. I mean, I saw him there. I wasn't gonna hit him or anything, but I wonder if he's got. I'm sure he doesn't have any damage because it's the same spot every time, just spinning. But I wonder if he's up to 17x yet. Once you get 17 incident points, oh, border.
1 minute 34.7.
Once you get 17 incident points, you have to do a drive-through. 2 for every spin, 1 for an off-track, 4 for hitting another car. I don't think you'd be up to 17. That would be pretty tough without 4X's. But this guy's so fast. Oh, goodness, come on.
Get back after it.
I tell you what, I'm on the brakes as soon as I straighten them. You can't brake in a you gotta brake in a straight line. And I'm on the brakes as soon as I can. As soon as I straighten up, I'm on the brakes, and I just still can't slow down enough to.
Minute 36.8.
Oh. I almost came back on into him. He was real close to me. But that has let car number 4 and P8 really catch up. The leader still hasn't gotten by P9, which is what we needed. I'm sure it's not what the leader needed, but hey.
Drive through it.
We're just trading incidents, man. Number 1. Okay, I can slightly get on the brakes when we're turning. Slightly. If you get on the brakes too hard, you definitely spin. Alright, so P9's finally been passed. Probably made a mistake.
Minute 35.7. Got but 5 laps to go.
Oh, it's gonna be hard to stay ahead of number 1. Very difficult. He's so fast. Dang, he's making no mistakes now. Neither is number 4. Ah! Come on, you guys. This is when I need you to make mistakes.
33.4.
3340, still catching me. $33.4, so much faster than I'm going the entire race.
Right side.
Dang it.
Clear, clear.
Maybe he can get up there and mess with Porter. That's what we need. We need this guy. We need this guy either to get up there with Porter and fight with him, or have another off to where I can get by. Boy, number 4 is right on us. Not going away. Looks like P1 and P2 are fairly close. It's just 6 seconds separate them. So that's good. I mean, it's nice that the leader didn't totally run away with it.
1 minute 33.8.
Kept him honest.
Keep going.
Oh!
One on the right side. You're clear now.
I'm clear. I'm
Right
going.
side.
I can't. Oh.
Clear. Two more. Let's go.
All right, 2.5 for me. I think number 1 here has got another mistake in him. If I could just stay a little closer, I just think I'm much faster using that chicane. No! Okay, so then I'm not going to catch him at all. I'm almost closer to number 4 than number 1. Yikes! Wow. Whew. What a race. Well, 5th was there for the taking. I think we could have gotten 5th had we just been more consistent.
1 minute 36.7.
Porter made a lot of errors. Number 1 made a lot of errors, and they're both right up there. I think I could have, just been a few corners ahead if I hadn't made any errors. But of course, they not made any errors. You're always going to make errors in this car on this track. But 7th is not what I wanted. Oh my goodness. But realistically, 7th was what I figured. Number 1 there didn't seem to be trying to get back on track. Yeah, he's now in last. I think he's just throwing his hands up and saying, oh, this car. Okay, 6th. Hey, 6th is better than 7th. You never know what Porter will do on the last lap. Come on. Yeah, look at number 1. He's way back. Yeah, I think he's had enough. Once you've spun so many times, you're just pretty frustrated. You're like, oh, forget it. White flag. The white flag fever from any of the boys?
1 minute 33.8.
33.8. So we got 2 33s. Oh, no. Let's not, yeah, number 1 pitted. And gave up the ghost. Either drive through or just quit. Keep it together, Spear. Took that one pretty slow. So this is not going to be in the 33s. But we just did not want to throw it away. This is really good practice for tomorrow. Man, I am hot. I've been cold a lot driving, but these kind of races heat you up. I mean, there's not a second. Yeah, even on the straight, you can't even relax. Wow.
The right. Checker, boss.
That's a checker, boss. P6, car 5, P6. Not bad.
What's going on down there? Not bad.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I concur.
I would have loved to match my car number. That was a good effort, I think. Spotter's right on. I would have loved to have gotten P5, you know, car 5, P5, but this being our first time we've driven the Lotus 49, this is our first season. What is this, week 3? And we don't have a lot of experience. And it's very difficult, but very fun. It is a lot of fun. Feels so different to anything else you could drive. Sixth. Now we just have to relax and get ready to do this with 35 or 40 cars. How's that gonna happen? In the strength of field, that's 35 or 40 cars on this track. That's, well, we're definitely gonna get lapped because of all the extra cars. You're gonna have to slow down so much when people have incidents. They just have to slow down because of how many cars are on the track and everybody's trying to get
coming in,
to the same.
South side of the garage. You're about good, you.
Pit box in 10.
Everybody's trying to get the same piece of tarmac, so you gotta slow down. Wow.
3,
Oh, cream cracker.
1. Right here.
Right here.
Come in, go, man, go. Clear out, small man. Go, go, go.
Go, go, go. Well, there's the final. Started 9th, finished 6th. Beat car number 1, car number 9, car number 4. So, hey, you know, really 7th is where I thought I was going to finish because watching the qualifying times, based on times and my feeling, I thought I probably finished 7th. I was going for 5th. 6th, yeah. 5th was always kind of. Probably not on the cards. But, all right, there you go. Lotus 49 at Zandvoort. It's a handful and a heck of a lot of fun. Very much suggest you give it a try if you can. Hit that sub button, hit those iRacing videos, and I will catch you next time. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a good one.